It's a new week, or it's a second new week. We've added another hanging plant in the front because we have an excess of these flowers. Put a couple of pots in the front here. Geranium, I think, is the right word for the two plants in the middle. And I'm trying to remember what the flowers are called on the end. Something with a P. But we've got plenty of those. The reds and the whites. And we had enough to do a hanging plant or a hanging planter underneath the overhang. House across the street, the green one's going to be for sale sometime soon. We've seen work being done on it. It's going to be time to have a new neighbor. This tomato plant, I think, is receiving a little too much water. I think that's why you end up with the yellow leaves or the yellowish tint. We'll see. I'm just going to leave it and not add more, and we'll see how it behaves. In the vegetable patch, everything seems to be doing okay. The pepper plants continue to grow. These two faster than the one on the corner over there. And tomato plants, everyone's growing at their own rate, which is interesting. I started all of these from seed at the same time. Now the ones that are in the patch here, you may recall, got raided by a deer a couple weeks back. So they lost part of their growth and needed to start over. But you can see, like this one right here, right at that V, that new branch shooting up the middle with the leaves on it, that came after the animal took the top. So got lots of string around it, and hopefully nobody's going to want to mess with it because they'll perceive trouble. Okay, back here I've been washing down the deck and working on the new paint color. So we have this Barn Red is the new color, and I've got only this end of the deck painted already, and I did some scrubbing, get off any loose dirt, and then it's rather humid today, so it'll take a while to dry. Hopefully tomorrow, or between now and tomorrow, it'll dry enough that I can paint. And then I'll have about 2/3 of it done, and it'll be time to move the tomatoes. This one tomato plant on the end here, I comment on it each week. This started the same time as every other tomato plant, but it has taken off well ahead of the others. These frames out here, you may have seen, I'm trying to think if they were in the last video. I may not have had them built yet, maybe just the first one. But they're going to go along the wall and along with the paving stones that are over there and the river rock. I think that's called pond pebbles. There we go. It's in those bags. I suspect I'll end up needing more, but that should look nice when it's done, and that's the last bit of the perimeter of the house that I need to be doing. After that, it's maintenance and more work on the grass on the other side of the yard. I always visit this tree. I have not watered, but we have had rain. So it's holding its own over here. Hopefully it'll keep doing that. It really does not get nearly as much sunlight as it used to. But it's surviving, and hopefully the roots are growing sufficiently to be able to tend to itself. Same thing with these bushes back here. I'm leaving them on their own now. The rain has given them water. We had pretty much an all-day rain yesterday. But it's going to be very hot this weekend and dry. Although like today, it's really quite humid. But I don't think that helps too much as far as watering a plant, just having humid air. But it doesn't dry out as fast. As you can tell, the dirt back here, this soil, is still pretty damp from the rain that ended this morning. Oh, I should get a good angle on that hosta, shouldn't I? I always use that for the opening frame because the growth of that hosta pretty much gives a timeline to each of these things. You can tell the ground out here, I've got some work to do as far as getting it cleaned up better and getting new grass seed and some better topsoil spread and that sort of thing. So this last bit of the yard I still have to do. But I got that cleaned up and tidied up under there. These little tomato plants are starting to come along. I think they're, I don't know, just reluctant to take off. This one over here seems to be getting a jump on the others. And we'll just see how they do. Maybe we'll end up with a long season. Some producing early and some producing late. On the side, this one seems to be doing the best. Second best. And who knows what's going to happen here. The little transferred hosta down here seems to be doing well enough. Lots of new little leaves. Down here with the lily that we got from the next door neighbors. If I can show it real well, but you can see the shoots coming up. They're going to give us flowers soon. That'll be pretty neat. I suspect they'll be white, but I don't know lilies. And for this week, trying to think of something good to end with. I don't know, maybe go down and visit the neighbor's roses. At least there's a couple of good ones here. Let's sneak in. There we go. We'll end with those.